If you didn't catch parts 1 and 2 of our road trip around Norfolk, then stop this video and go and watch them, because you've missed a lot. If you're all caught up, then welcome to part 3, which starts with a beautiful sunrise on the north coast of Norfolk. Good morning everybody, we are at the beautiful Wells next the sea. Not Wells next to the sea or Wells on sea, Wells next the sea. I was about to say we've got the beach to ourselves at 5:30 in the morning and some dog walkers turned up and it's looking like a beautiful morning. We're about 10 or 15 minutes away from the sun coming up and it's the first time in a long time actually that we've got some clouds. Bit of interest in the sky, so hopefully this is going to start to fire up a bit as the sun comes up. But yeah, this looks beautiful. I'll report back to you once the sun comes up, but essentially I'm using the Tamron 28 to 200mm lens, which I'm going to make a completely separate video about, but I've come here minimal amounts of gear apart from the filming equipment such as my drone and this camera here. I have purely just been using one lens with my Sony to capture all of these landscape photographs. And I'm sure there are loads of things to photograph in Wells next the sea, but I am a self-confessed postcard photographer at times, and this morning we are here to capture these beautiful array of beach huts that line the sandy beach here. This is really straightforward photography. I'm not sure I'm going to add much other than the main beach where everybody walks. You've got all of the footprints. So I've taken a few compositions which are low, kind of gives a little bit of foreground interest. But otherwise I'd say just wander up and down the beach, find some beach huts that you like the look of, use a zoom lens if you can to kind of isolate a bit of interest. Towards the water down here you do get these details, you get the rippled water. So if you want a bit of foreground interest, I think that it's probably going to be a bit better as the tide is going out, and therefore your foreground is going to be wet and it's going to have reflections, and you might even get some reflections of the beach huts. Who knows, but I think that generally foregrounds like this just work a bit better when the tide is going out and it's wet. We are done at Wells next the sea. We're going to head generally back home. However, we're just going to explore some places on the way back. I genuinely don't know where we're going to go to next, but it's going to be worth it. Do you know where the book is? The book of truth. Ah, got it. Here she is. All right. Although we've been to some of these locations before, we have been pretty reliant upon Justin Mintz's book. If you haven't already got this and you're going to explore anywhere really in East Anglia, Norfolk Broads, parts of Essex, what does it say on the front cover here? Norfolk, Suffolk, North Essex and Cambridgeshire. Highly recommended. So we have now reached Horsey Mill. Last time I was here in 2016, 2017, it was being renovated, so I came all the way here and it had no blades on it, but it looks like it's in one piece this time, so that's good. Let's go and explore. So you can actually walk all the way around the windmill. The blades kind of face south-ish direction. As soon as you come out the car park here, which is next to the road, you could shoot this at sunrise and you're going to have the river leading to it as a leading line. And there's also the path and the fence, they're all kind of just acting as leading lines. Probably a portrait competition. Alternatively, if you did want to shoot this at sunset, kind of work your way round to the west a little bit, just following the river round. There are a few benches, I just stood on one, and you can see that there is a good vantage point which would allow this to be shot at sunset as well. Nice easy location for you. Literally there's a cafe there right next to the road, the car park is there, the river, windmill, and a lovely windmill at that. Really easy. This is Horsey Windpump, but there's actually another windmill, Derelict, not as in good condition, but you can actually walk there from this location, so we're going to do that now. We've walked about half an hour from Horsey. We've left the car parked there, and there is actually a clear path that leads all the way to this one, which I think is called Brogrove. I'll put the correct spelling of it up here. But this is quite a unique windmill. I've been here before. It's derelict. You can see it's actually missing the top, but the blades are still on it. And I've been here at sunset because the sun will set just to the left of that in the summer. And if you're into shooting astro, this is a very dark place, so you could actually do a bit of nighttime shooting here. You're right next to the river, so you will be shooting it from across the river, which I think is a good perspective anyway, because you can actually put the water in the foreground. You just need to be careful not to fall into the river because there's nothing here other than these reeds. Right, we have earned some cake and a drink. Let's head back to the cafe. Right, our road trip has come to an end, unfortunately. We've got to go home to our families. Hopefully this has been entertaining, and if you were thinking of coming to any of these locations, that you now know what time of year you need to come and the tides, etc. So thanks to Paul, my brother over there, for what have you done to deserve?
Showing you how to do stuff.
Thanks for being my taxi driver all around Norfolk. You've had some good fun in your 1975?
Yep.
1975 camper van. By the time this video comes out, the heat wave is going to be over, but trust me, it has been a hot couple of days, okay, especially in this camper van. We're definitely going to be coming back. A lot of these locations that we visited is just a recce so that we can return when there's much better light. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.